Crunch time, aka Burnout, is plaguing our video game industry right now and has been doing so for quite a while. Now, recently, in a CNN article, we have found out that worker burnout is now an official medical diagnosis by the World Health Organization. Burnout can lead to feelings of energy depletion or exhaustion, increased mental distance from one's job, feelings of negativity or cynicism related to one's job, and reduced professional efficacy. Today you can read article after article about developer crunch time, which leads to burnout mainly at the end of a game's development cycle. Most, if not all, who have to work through this period have some signs of burnout or worse. And video games have been fine with it, and even fine with workers doing 70 to 100 hour work weeks, sometimes without overtime pay, and they look at this person as a valuable team member because they feel that this should be an expected thing. Well, that is until lately, when we have had Rockstar getting shamed after posting about 100-hour work weeks, CD Projekt Red finally admitting crunch period for The Witcher 3 was not humane, and finally what BioWare magic is, that term for overworking their employees. And video games have been able to get away with it and still probably will get away with it for a while, mainly for reasons like they're able to easily exploit the developers' passion of video games. Where some love video games so much and want to be a part of the industry, they would do their job for free. Also, no one really speaks up, because not only in the video game industry, but in most, if not all industries, staying late and working expected overtime has been part of the culture for a while. And if you complain about staying late or working 70-hour weeks, they might fire you or not promote you or not look at you as a team player, which could affect your future career aspirations with that company or other companies. And, a final reason, most evil, is you've got the forced arbitration contracts where the developer waives their right to sue, participate in class action lawsuits, or waive their right to appeal decisions. Basically, your complaints stay in-house, and the company can avoid accountability in the public. So, as a result of all this, developers may not get paid for long work hours. They could lose time with their families, suffer both mental and physical health problems due to lack of sleep, exhaustion, which could lead to losing friendships, relationships, and, they just might at the end lose their love for the video game industry altogether and move on. And it should be noted that in the long run, this kind of work environment is unsustainable, and it's basically a humanitarian problem that video game companies just aren't really concerned with. No company apologized or came forward until it became widespread public knowledge. And even then, the problem has been seen again and again, and sometimes by the same company. We have the EA suit after the 2004 Erin Hoffman blog about her husband's life as a developer. Rockstar backlash in 2010 after the Rockstar spouses talked about deteriorating working conditions for their significant others. Rockstar again over what I said previously, the 100-hour work week with Red Dead 2 in October. And, recently, the BioWare crunch for Anthem released this year, which, amounted to nothing. So, eventually, with all this, something is going to break. And it really saddens me how game companies are changing. They kind of remind me of the tobacco companies in the early 90s, sticking with not believing cigarettes were addictive. Like, they knew they were. Smokers knew they were. As a former smoker, I knew they were, but instead of stopping, trying to say that they weren't addictive, they just fought and fought until the government broke them with oversight. Joe Camel was gone. Surgeon General warnings were placed all over. Can't use the term light. Higher taxes on the product, higher prices, lawsuits. And, the tobacco companies just wouldn't stop digging their own hole. And that's how I see the video game industry now. They know 100-hour work weeks objectively are wrong, but they keep making their employees do them. They know loot boxes exploit addictive and compulsive behaviors. They know they're releasing games that are broken, glitched, need patches, or aren't finished. And they know they can't sustain a company on microtransactions forever. But they won't stop. I don't even know if they can't stop or just don't realize it because of the groupthink phenomenon, where the desire for group cohesion effectively drives out good decision making and problem solving. And you see that video game companies just can't help but keep ramping it up each year and not learning anything. And the government oversight is coming. Developers are going to break and go for a change towards unionization because companies are leaving them with no other options. People will, and have already started to, wait until the game is ready and patches are done before purchase. Pre-ordering is slowing down. The term microtransaction now is a no-no word, and it's just going to keep going downhill until they get the message or they fail and new companies step in. There has been no company that's AAA that hasn't at some time been associated with crunch time. And all it takes is one company with a great working environment and freedom to have a life and have a reasonable work schedule to entice valued developers. Remember, no company is too big to fail. Just ask Best Buy, Toys R Us, Circuit City, Borders, Sports Chalet, and my old-time favorite, Tower Records. These companies didn't abruptly fall off the planet, yes, but it was a slow death. And instead of going out with a bang, they went out with a whimper. This topic is only going to grow. And if you'd like to read about it, I posted links to the articles about the developer work environment that inspired me to do this video. So if you feel like feeling depressed or just want to know more, you could check them out. Anyways, this is Vin Siba, and I'm out.